Hello everybody, Speedrun here once again. Welcome to the fourth episode of the Ultimate 3D course. Today we are learning basics of UVs. I'll start by going to our The Ultimate 3D course folder. In Scenes folder, I'm going to duplicate this and call it Basics of UVs. Basics of UVs. Now I'm going to load this in Maya. We are going to color our 3D models today. On the last episode, I have made this gift box and this table. Now, I was trying to align this box at the top of the table and I was not being able to. This time, I am going to show you how you can actually do that. First, I'm going to move this box away and I want to fix one more thing before we get started. In the modeling toolkit here on the right, I'm going to choose separate so we can separate this. I'm going to click on our straps from around our gift box and click Ctrl+1. I was just want to check if there was any faces that I need to delete it, but seems pretty good right now. All right. Later, to align actually this box above this table, all I need to do is click on this gift box, select the table, and use our modify and align tool. So like this, I would be able to perfectly align at the top of the table. All right, now we start coloring this 3D. I will start by the gift box. All right. There is the cover of the gift box. There is the box and the straps. We need to UV unwrap all of this before we actually give them colors. And to do that, we can go to UV here, up here. And there's our option to open the UV editor. And basically what you're going to see is this screen. As well, in the side here has some options, the UV toolkit. Sometimes your UV toolkit might be like out here, but I like to keep together on the same window. Now I'm going to unwrap the box top. I can go to UV with the box top here selected, go to UV and click on automatic. As you can see, it's already separate for us. Let me return one step first, and actually we select each part of this box and click here first. Delete by type history, and we do this for every single part of the box. Like this, when we UV unwrap, will actually become more proportional right here on this UV editor screen. Okay. Let's go now and use the UV automatic here. And now we have a very cool looking unwrap already. Let's learn a little bit on how to make this really beautiful and professional UV. I have selected here on our UV toolkit the edges. Now let's maximize here. I want to attach this to here, so what I can do is let's bring this window a little bit here to the side so you can see better. All right. let's go to cut and seal. And here we have an option stitch together. I'll click on that stitch together. As you can see, it brought me that piece of geometry here. If I click on the second option here at the top, I can see if our 3D, our UV is actually reversed or not. For example, now I'm going back here to the UV toolkit. I'll try to attach here at the top. Let me see how that looks. All right. Perhaps at the side, I want to make sure it's really clear for you guys to have a look. Okay. If I go to transform and flip and click here, either here or here. So here's the faces and here's actually the entire piece of geometry that they are all attached together or separated. Let's pick this piece, for example. If I press W, I can move them around. What I want to show you is if I flip, is actually showing the red color, which means it's reversed. And to become a beautiful UV, usually you have everything in a blue color. That's why we have this option here at the top. Let's go ahead and finish attaching these UVs. So here is the stitch together. We click again. Down here, now I can press G. If you remember on the second episode of this course, I was talking about the G shortcut, which is to repeat the previous step. And you can see that stitch together. As well, you can choose B to A, but you realize that the bigger piece goes to the smaller piece in this case. I'll just keep A to B. I was just showing you that that is a possibility. And stitch together here. So I press G just to stitch together, since that was our last move in Maya. All right, now we have here a nice UV. If I minimize here and holding Alt and pressing the middle mouse wheel, I can actually move around here the screen. Now, if I click on the squares here at the top, it will show me the proportion of this box related to our 3D. This is a way to see if all our UV sets are proportional to each other. All right. Now we have done the UV for the top of the box. Let's do for the bottom of the box. I can go to UV once again and say automatic. It didn't happen anything because I need to be in object mode here. I can either right click and choose object mode and then make sure you click on the object. Now I'm going to UV and click on automatic. Now you can see that it works. All right, let's see. There's nothing at the bottom, and then there's the side. Let's click on the bottom part. You can see that this UV is flipped. So what we can do is select the face here, click E, and we can press J to rotate like properly until if it's like 90 degrees here. You know what I mean? So now we have this piece of the box perfectly. If I click on this edge, you can see I'm selecting the lower edge and they matching the position, everything. Here, it will go the next face and then the next face. So with one properly UV made here. Now we can just use the stitch together technique. So we can go down here and click stitch together. All right, can go here and click stitch together as well. There are many ways to actually make this works. As you can see, this will be very long. So the other way I could make this work is to click on the center edge, hold shift, right click and choose cut. Once I choose cut, I will actually remove the stitch. And now I can select both of these faces, go down here, in arrange and layout, I can use, let's see here, stitch, stack similar. And now you can see that they go perfectly above each other. And that's a way to use less space here on our UV set. Now we have made the UV for, let's see here, for the top of the box and for this part of the box. Great. Let's go up and select with this option right here, this, and move to the side for now. And the top of the box we select here and move to the side. So later we can pick all of this and lay out here on this square more beautifully. All right. Now we're gonna work on this part of the box, the straps from the gift. Let's go ahead and go to UV and click on automatic. Let's find this center square right here, which is here. And it's already attached together pretty well. So I can choose this option to select the entire UV set here. Let's bring to the side for now. And from this part, we start to attach things together. So I can go up here and click on stitch together. Let's find it here under cut and seal, stitch together. Now we can press G to speed up our work, as you can see. Now is a little bit of an art. You just need to make a beautiful UV set. So here we stitch together. Let's see. All right, this is looking a little bit weird, so let's try another technique for this one. I'm going to UV and choose camera based. So what this is going to do is like create a camera base, of course. So you can see that the same angle I had here, it creates a UV. But this will be very messy for our UVs, so we need to cut a little bit. We can click on some edges here and choose cut, cut. Same thing here. All right, so we cut this part of the UV. Now that we have made an open area to the UV, we can click. Let's perhaps try on these corners as well. This one. Holding Shift, I can select all the corners I want. And I can cut all at the same time. Now I can Shift and click cut. Let's try to go ahead and under transform, I believe there is, let me have a look here, unfold, and then there is unfold option. Now you can see that we created another UV. We can try to straighten this, so let's orient shell. Didn't go. Orient edges. Let's just click on, let's try to rotate a little bit manually here. So we need to do some more cutting here on this 3D. Let's cut this, Shift cut, also here, Shift cut, and here. Now let's try to unfold once again. This is looking better. We can try to still, let's see here. Okay. Orient shells, no. Orient edges. Let's try straighten. Straighten UVs. Straighten shells. Unfold. Well, that's pretty much the best I got here for this. But you can manually go ahead here and move things around, adjust like this. All right, I'll keep like this for now. It's already enough for us to put some coloring. Now we can do the same here and just unfold. Okay. This one is looking pretty nice. All right, now we have unfold this. We can just go ahead to down here. We have layout. You can see we lay out all this. We can now select all of our box parts. Still have one here at the top. Let's quick make it so UV. All right, let's UV automatic. And now we are going to connect this here. Create, transform. Here, stitch together, undercut and seal. Let's just check what is the best way to stitch together here. So now you went to, we're gonna flip here B to A and stitch together. All right, almost there. So let's see what's missing here. Okay, so these three parts here are missing. We can move here and try to attach them together. You can see that they're reversed. So let's go ahead to flip. Under transform, we have flip option. Now they are blue. That's good. All right, I like the UV like this. Now let's say these three shapes are perfectly identical and I want to transfer the UV from here to here. So in object, I'll select this. Now let me check. And I'll shift select this. Now going to mesh up here. I have an option transfer attributes. Now we have to set a few things here. Let's see, the first shoe is off. Here is current, off, 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 and we should go to component over here and press apply. Now you can see that I have made a perfect copy of our UV. So they both have the exact same UV right now. If I select both, you can see that these two are perfectly aligned to each other. Great. Now we have successfully unwrapped this whole UV right here. We can definitely make better over here. I'm going to save some time here and just keep this UV part of the straps. This is a good training for you to actually improve this UV. All of the course content will be available for download. You can open and practice on your sites. All right, now we have all this and we need to lay out here. These two we're gonna move up here. Let's scale them down together. And let's fit them in the composition here. Now you can see that the square here is a bit, they're similar in size, but you can come here, for example, these are too small. So you can scale down a bit to become more proportional to those other squares right there. We can actually scale everything up a bit and have more use of this space right here. Make sure they are all fit into this square, otherwise in Ragnarok Online it will give us a lot of problem in game if, for example, this one right here is touching outside this box. In other type of engines to create games, that's not a problem, but for Ragnarok Online it is, since it's a very old game. Nice, our gift box is finally laid out right here. I'm going to go to image and create, let me have a look. Let's try UV snapshot first. So right here I'll go to browse into the Ultimate 3D course. Let's go to images and call gift box UV. Right here I can go into save, and with this let's go ahead to 1024 by 1024 is okay. Let's click apply. Hopefully we can see this inside our images folder. Okay, apply. Okay, it's not showing over there. I guess because we should be picking the object here. Now I can try again. Image, UV snapshot. Let's try again. And now we actually have made the UV over here. We can open this on Photoshop and start to texture it. Alright, let's bring this gift box UV to Photoshop. And now we have the base of our box here. We can add colors. In layer, I'm going to create a layer and make this dark at the background. Now between these two layers, I'll start to create our UV color. Let's call this gift box UV.psd, so we can always return here and add it. Now I'm going to Google and pick Google Images. Let's pick a gift box gift paper texture. Let's find something nice here. Let's try with this one over here. Save this image. One.jpg. Now bring back here to Photoshop. Let's add on the side of the box here. Also make a copy here. I'm going to select these two, combine, convert to smart object, right click and rasterize layer. Delete this piece here. Cool, this part is done. Let's just quick save here to our gift box UV for now. You can see it's been saved. I'm going back to Maya, and this icon right here, you can see, and I'm going to open that icon. Now have UV. Let me check which one is the best. UV AIS. So you click here AIS. Now you're gonna see AI standard surface. We bring this PSD or the PNG, whatever you made, bring over here and connect out color into base color. Now we have our texture here. Let's select the entire 3D. Once you select, make sure object mode and select here. Now I can right click and assign material to viewport selection. Right here we have the option to display the color of the 3D. As you can see, here we go. It's looking pretty cool already. We can remove these blue lines over here. Now we start to color this box. So what I'm going to do now is to just remove the lines here. Save here once again. Every time I save, it will actually update right here, as you can see. So we are creating a very cool low poly gift box for Ragnarok Online. We can pick a nice red fabric piece to add over here. So let's look for it. Let's search here red fabric texture. I quite like this one. Let's just bring over here. I'll call it number 2. Now I bring this red fabric to Photoshop. Increase the size. Turn back the layer 1 here so we can see where we are adding it. I'm just going to add over all of this. I can press the lace tool. We need to rasterize layer. Now I'm going to just cut around this objects right here. Also here. So what I'm doing, I'm holding shift so I can select more than one object. I'm using the selecting tool up here, you can see. So I was using L as shortcut. I assume you have a base sense on Photoshop. All right, and now we have one more piece here to select. I'll right click, select inverse, and click delete. So now our whole gift box here is looking nicer. I'll off the upper layer. I'll save this again to our Photoshop file. Now when I go back here, you can see that has been updated. It looks a bit darker, but we can come up here and set this number to 2. And in Ragnarok looks something like this. Now I can go ahead, for example, you want the bow to be in a different color. You can just come here and select the bow area, which should be this one. I can, for example, Ctrl U and just shift the coloring here. Let's say a nice purple pink color. Now once I save this again, go back here, you can see it's been updated. maybe orange color better. So let's go ahead and change to orange color. A blue color would be nice too. So I save that. Perhaps we can play around with the upper part here too. Ctrl U. Trying to match the color. Let's try this yellow. So since we have picked yellow and purple, I'm going to change this red here to either yellow or purple. And maybe the tip of the box we go with yellow. All right. Now I'm going to save this and have a look how it's going on. This looks so much better in my opinion. Once that is done, we can actually close this over here. Okay, can bring my avatar back here. Select all of this and hit combine here in the side. Now, if you go to UV editor, actually you can see all the UV over here. Easy to update and create your own textures right now. This is looking so cool actually. We could fix this blur area right here. It's a bit blurred. So we can try to pick like around this range. Ctrl C, Ctrl V. And drag, try to cover up this area right here. Like that. And delete a little bit over here. Can combine here. Rasterize, save. And you can see that now it's looking so much better. That's cool. Next, we are going to color this table. I'm just going to have a little break and I'll be right back. Okay, let's continue. I'm going back to Photoshop. This time I'm going to image size. Let's make this split by 4. Now it will automatically make for us 256 by 256. And I believe this is a good size for our object size in game. Now it's calculating and lowering our quality image. I'm going ahead and save this to BMP. If I want to save even smaller, I could go to image mode and index color. It will merge the layers. And right here we can pick what looks the best. So I can drag down. There are some failing colors right here. Let's see if we can get this to a better looking. All right, I like system windows, but there 256 colors not proper. So let's cancel this, just remain without flattering the image here. Just let's go to RGB colors, fine. Okay, Control Alt S so I can save to BMP file. Now I'm going to pick the name of this. Let's call 3D course 1. Let's see how, let's not exceed 10 characters for this texture name. Otherwise we might bug it in game later on. Let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9, okay. So 3D course 1. All right, 3D course 1 would be a good name for this texture. Save it. Here we pick 24 bits. Don't go for 16 or 32, remain 24. Choose Windows over here and click OK. Now we have picked this texture. We can actually apply to see the difference here in Maya. Let's go back here to this circle at the top and drag and drop this to Maya. Now I can bring this down here and the output color connects to the base color. So it switches. Now I can close here and see how it looks. You can see it's more pixelate, however, it does look good, and our texture only have 192 KB. Once we add to the GRF, actually it's gonna lower even more the size of this texture. Great, we have finalized the gift texture. Now we're going to quickly make this table colors. We go ahead and let's wait this vanish in the side. All right. Under modeling toolkit, we separate everything. And let's pick the first piece of the table right here. I'm going to use UV editor. Now I'm going to use UV automatic. So it's as automatic made this UV for us. And remember to actually go ahead and freeze transformation every single object over here. Freeze transformation. I'm trying to pick this one. Let's pick this and invert here UV. Oh, freeze transformation. And freeze transformation. Freeze transformation, everything. Also with the legs. I was saying freeze transformation, but this is actually delete history by type. All right. Now we can go ahead and click again UV automatic. Perfect. Now we are going to just attach things together over here. I go here and choose stitch together. Stitch together. Here. Now we have this nice piece of the table. Let's go ahead and click on our second object. UV automatic. Same thing over here. Down here and click stitch together. Up here, stitch together. And this time we can transfer the UV from here to here. This one to this one. So I'm going to go UV, mesh, transfer attributes just like before, apply. Now we have already saved some time over there. Now the center right here, we are going to go UV, automatic once again. Let's stitch together these parts of the table. So let's find the stitch together. Here, over here. Right. Now just this left and the legs and the fabric. So let's go ahead. UV automatic. Right here. Stitch together. Nice. Now let's pick the leg here, UV automatic. This will be a very easy one. Or we can go UV and camera based. Now we can go ahead and make a cut over here. Cut. After using the cut tool, I can select the entire UV and click unfold. Now that's our leg. I can hold J to kind of flip more properly and try to keep this. Let's try orient shells, and this looks pretty cool. All right. Now I can transfer this to the next and to the next. So I click here, shift, click there, go to mesh, transfer attributes once again and click apply. Now I click here, shift, click there and hit apply. Once again, hit apply. Now we can see over here in our UV editor, when I select all 4 pieces of the table, legs, we have all of them right here, like above each other perfectly. Nice. Now we just need to unwrap the towel. So UV and go to automatic, or we can go UV and let's see how it looks first. Let's go UV and camera based. We were selecting the legs as well, and that's not what we want. Let's simply select the towel above here. So object mode, select the towel, and now we can go UV camera based. We can go ahead and choose unfold. That's pretty cool. We can orient shells. Now I'm going back to object mode. With the towel selected, I'm going to hold shift and will select the opposite to what was selected. Now I'm going to UV and camera based. Let's find over here. Right. Now I'm going to unfold. Let's go ahead and orient shells. Orient. Now I can see which side is which. So this is that side. Let's select the top part of the table as well. All right. And this is over here. So what I'm going to do is to cut this piece over here and this piece over here. Let's try to stack similar, and that's nice. So this goes there, and same thing over here, stack similar. I want the other one to go down there. All right. So now they are perfectly symmetrical to each other. Let's select the entire table. Now we just need to lay out all of this. I stack similar over here. And let's open this for a moment. We try to keep everything in a similar rate of pixels. First, we bring this tile over here, is the longest. Now we need to compare the wood. So let's bring this wood over here. I wish you tried at home what I'm doing here. It's actually so easy once you realize how to do it. Now we have the tile here. We can select all the wood pieces. I can decrease a little bit of the size and have a similar square sizing compared to that. Bring over here. Now this obviously is smaller square, so we need to scale down. So that's about the same. This is the main UV. Let's see. Yeah, this one is the main UV. So let's bring this over here. And now we have successfully, let's move this a bit. It kind of went off to each other. Let's try to stack similar. It's not stacking. Stack shelves. Okay, there's some bug. So what we're gonna do is like just separate all this for over here. All right. That looks pretty cool. Now we go to select the entire object. We can actually already combine all of this. So over here in the toolkit we have combine. I'm going to go ahead and click on UV texture. Let's see, image, UV snapshot. Right here we go to table UV. And hit apply. Now we have received our table UV over here. Drag to Photoshop, create a new one. Remember, create a layer, drag this down, create a dark texture below here. I use the G, which is the paint bucket tool. So I created the black background, easier to see the top lines here. Now we save this to Photoshop. Just like before, I will call the table UV. Now we just need some wood texture, so I can go here and choose wood blank texture. Let's see what it shows. Let's just go ahead to say wood texture. Pick a nice texture that you like. I'm going with this one right here. Drag to over here and now call number 3, easier. Now I bring this to Photoshop once again. And below this layer so we can see it. We can actually lock this layer so we don't move the UVs. And over here, I'm going to just place it like this. I can see some wording here like a watermark. So what we can do is rasterize. And then with the J2, we can either make sure sample layer is not selected. And then we can go either to content aware or proximity match. We need to see which one is better and select this area. So it erases for us the wording. Let's try content aware. It looks even better. So we remove this wording here. The watermark over here has as well. Delete that. Now I can go with the L2, which is the lace. Select lasso 2. I'll just delete around here. And click delete. Oh, select inverse and delete. Nice. Now we have our table made here. Let's make the table legs as well. So I'm just going to copy this over here and duplicate over there. Now I'm going to combine this shoe and to rasterize layer with the J. I'm just going to kind of go around this. Now I can invert select and delete. Now that looks better. I want some golden texture over here. Let's go to Google and choose gold texture. I'll pick any of this, it's fine. So it's a different format. However, I'll call it number 4. And Photoshop should be able to open it. So it opened on a new window here. I just need to hit OK. Now I'm going to scale a little this over here. I'm going to rasterize layer. Also with the lasso tool, I'm going around this part of the table. Let's do once again. Same over here. Same over here. Now I'm going to right click, select inverse and delete. Now let's just fix a little bit this area. That's looking cool. Let's just finalize with the towel. We are almost there. I'm going to use this red towel as well. To delete, I need to rasterize layer. I almost forgot. We need to invert select, delete. That's cool. I want an edge of golden right here. So let's do that. Once again, I'm going to bring this gold. It's loading. It's okay. So with the lasso tool, I'm going to delete here. So select inverse, delete, and remember to rasterize the layer, so you can delete. I'm going to make a copy of this, invert over here, and bring this up there. Now we have made our nice looking table over here. I'll save, image size. Let's bring this to /2 so we make half of the size. 1024 is way too big for a table. And then we hit OK. I can already save this and then turn off the top layer here. Go ahead and use BMP, so we can call this 2, 3D course 2. Save it. Now we have made these 2 nice looking textures. I'll bring to our Maya now and assign to this 3D. UV, let's see here, on this circle right here that calls Hypershade, we go to AIS, remember? AI standard surface, create another patch, bring this 3D, this texture over here. We can move, and the output color linked to base color. Now we need to make sure we are clicking on the 3D model. Right click, assign to select, assign material to viewport selection. And now we have assigned this nice looking texture. On the side here is actually just overlapping the faces, but that's how it's gonna look in the game later on. So you can see like it's pretty cool, this table actually. If you feel like this wood area is too similar to each other, we can play around a little bit. For example, UV editor. Now here on the, we can pick just the woods that we want to move around. And right here we have option to flip. So let's find the option, transform, flip. We can either flip to the right or horizontally or vertically. Let's go down here and find the flip here. Let's see how that looks. So we can off the coloring here. Now it changed that way, and then I can flip here as well. So let's pick this table again and flip. Now you can see that it changed a bit, or we can just move around over here and get a different feeling of the wood. Same thing over here. So they are quite different from each other. Now let's see the table legs. It's looking pretty cool as well. This is a really nice texturing so far. It was pretty easy. The video is long, but it's just better to explain slowly, especially like you're getting started just now. But once you get the hang of it, it's just so easy to model and texture of this in-game with the shadows here in between the table will be looking just really, really amazing, this 3D object. Later we have a episode just to convert the 3Ds. So we will see there. And let's this time let's align these to the table so they are both already in their own objects. I'll try to align using DMV. I'll try to align this way first. If it doesn't work, I will use the other way. Selecting both objects, wait. And this time, actually, we were able to align this way. Interesting. So we have now textured this 3D pretty nicely. This was a long tutorial, but right now if you practice, and you will be able to do well just like this. Easy. Cheers, I hope you liked this episode, and I'll see you very soon in the next one. Peace.